iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Full-Time Fantasy Show. FullTimeFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Full-Time Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, we're going to get to Waiver Wire Tuesday in just a few minutes. People have been clamoring about a Waiver Wire podcast on Tuesday, so here it's coming. But let's give you some news. First of all, the Giants named Daniel Jones a starter, and I have mixed feelings about this. Most of them positive, by the way. Daniel Jones is the future of the Giants. He and Saquon are the future of the franchise. And without a doubt, it is his team. It's his team to lead. I feel badly for Eli Manning. I think the end was not the way he expected it to be. Is he a future Hall of Famer? It's close. He won a lot of games. Won a couple of Super Bowls. I mean, Giant fans never appreciated Eli. But what I love the most about Eli was that he was at his best in tight situations. He never panicked. So that, to me, is something I will never forget. My big problem with going with Daniel Jones right now is that Sterling Shepard could easily miss this game again, and Golden Tate's not there. So why are we putting Daniel Jones out there with Cody Latimer, Benny Fowler, and TJ Jones? I mean, come on. At least help this guy out a little bit. I thought that Manning should be the starter for like the first 5 or 6 weeks. But maybe the Giants think there's a remote chance of making the playoffs. Let me help you. There's no chance of making the playoffs. None. Zero. Nada. Okay, crazy. So I admire the move, but I don't think it's the right one. Plus, Tampa Bay's defense has been very good this year. Kudos to Todd Bowles, really, for stepping up this year. Done a really good job as defensive coordinator. He's got those guys playing hungry. Seriously, congratulations to them. Okay, Cam Newton, right now there's an update. His status for week 3 is up in the air. He's day-to-day with a foot injury, and it's not good. I know that Vegas has taken this game off because they just don't know what's going to happen. I'd like to see Will Grier get a shot. I would. If Cam can't play, I'd like to see Will Grier get a shot. I like to see anybody who is accurate throwing the football get a shot. Because Cam Newton is not. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and I feel badly if I am, that Cam can't get set with his feet, and that's why it's been a train wreck thus far. Maybe that's true. I'm willing to say that's true. That said, you know what? This is the problem. He's still inaccurate. Still inaccurate. We'll have to watch that closely. Interestingly enough, by the way, the Steelers made the trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Why? Sean Davis put on the injured reserve. Things happen in the NFL. We talked about this before. Things just don't happen capriciously. They happen with reason, right? They happen with reason. Davis on the injured reserve. They need a guy. Fitzpatrick comes in. Boom. There's your guy. All right, also, Jason La Canfora is talking that the Chiefs will get Jalen Ramsey. Here's a question. Maybe we shouldn't trade Jalen Ramsey. Maybe we should just fire Doug Marrone. Maybe we should just fire him because he stinks, and maybe we fire Tom Coughlin because he stinks too. Tom Coughlin was like the restaurant that was good in 1987, and now you go there and it's dilapidated, and the chairs and the benches look like they're from 30 years ago. Dude, you're not relevant anymore. Doug Marrone is terrible. Give the Bengals credit. They bring in Zach Taylor. At least the team looks like they have an edge to them. Maybe there's some upside. What's the upside in Doug Marrone? Jalen Ramsey is one of the best covered guys in the NFL, and you have him playing zone. That's just stupid. That literally is stupid. And I hate, and as a teacher, you know I don't like using the word stupid. It's terrible. You put the one of the best cover guys in the league on the best receiver. There you go. It's not that hard. Oh, we don't run that scheme here. Well, then change your scheme. See, the great coaches use their players and adapt their scheme. The bad coaches are the ones who have the same scheme and they just use their players and fit them in that way. If that's the case, then make sure you match the player to the scheme. But if I'm the Jaguars, I'm choosing Ramsey over Marrone because I'm firing Marrone anyway at the end of the year. Trust me when I tell you that. He sucks. He sucks. All right, let's get to the waiver wire. Let me give you some names. Firstly, at quarterback, Mason Rudolph. I like him. I do. I liked him coming out of Oklahoma State. He was on my short list of quarterbacks. Look, he reminds me of a young Ben Roethlisberger. I really like him. He's big, he's tall, he's strong, and he's fearless. I watched him play in college, and he really was good at challenging the opposing secondary. James Washington will enjoy playing with him. Deontay Johnson will enjoy it, and Juju will enjoy it. I'm not saying Ben's in danger. Ben is in no danger. He's a Hall of Famer. But Mason Rudolph doesn't suck. But you know who does suck? Teddy Bridgewater sucked last week. But I guess you gotta hope that he has a better week of practice. He's got some skilled players there in Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara and Jared Cook. He should get it right. He should. I like Jacoby Brissett. I think he hasn't been great thus far, but he will get better. That's what I like. Remember, I want my team to be good week 1, but I really want my team to be good week 14. Brissett looks like a guy, if you can get him now and stash him on your team, I would. Andy Dalton. Zach Taylor has made him into a better player. Zach Taylor was a quarterback, and he's made him into a better player. And look, imagine that team when A.J. Green comes back, and you have Green, and you have Boyd, and you have Ross. You're an exciting team. I think that the Bengals will continue to improve on offense. I like it. Daniel Jones, we mentioned. If you're in a dynasty league, for sure you want to own him. If you're trying to win this week, I don't think you want to. All right, at running back, Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson. So let's talk about the 49ers. The 49ers will rotate their backs in and out. That's what they do. Mostert can get 10 carries. He can get a touchdown. Jeff Wilson can get 5 carries and a touchdown. Matt Breida can get a bunch of carries. Shanahan likes to have moving parts. It's what makes him a very good coach. I wouldn't like to play for Shanahan as a player, but I respect what he's doing because he just brings guys in and out. But I think Mostert has to be owned. He has to be owned right now because something should happen to Breida. Mostert's a star, for sure. I'm in on Jalen Samuels a little bit too. I was not in on James Conner in any league this year. I'm in 20-something leagues. I don't own him in any league. I just wasn't loving what I was seeing. I know Ronas disagreed with me, but I just think that Jalen Samuels is a guy, if he's out there in your waiver wire, you want to own him. You do. You want to own him. I'm going to give you a couple of crazy names. Frank Gore. If you're in a standard league, Frank Gore's going to get touchdowns. Now, look, I love Devin Singletary. If there's a Devin Singletary fan club, I'm the president. I am. I had him in every single draft before McCoy got cut. Every draft. But I'm telling you that Gore in standard leagues is not going to lose his spot. So if you're in a standard format, take a look. I'm going to give you one other guy, and I want you to think about this. Last week, David Johnson left the field. Anybody who owned David Johnson, you must have been saying to yourself, OMG, I'm in trouble. Did you have Chase Edmonds? You need Chase Edmonds. It's not that Chase Edmonds is a great player, but if you own David Johnson and David Johnson gets hurt, Chase Edmonds is the backup. So there's no way. I like to have handcuffs, and I'm telling you that Chase Edmonds is a worthy handcuff. If you own David Johnson, get Chase Edmonds. If you don't own David Johnson, get Chase Edmonds and trade him to the David Johnson owner. Come on, you got to get him. All right, a couple of years ago, I told everybody to get Juju Smith-Schuster, and then I told you that your time was limited. I feel the same way about DJ Chark. Your time is limited. He's really good. Get him now. I like Deebo Samuel as well, but you've got Marquise Goodwin. You've got Deebo Samuel. You got Richie James. You got Dante Pettis. You got George Kittle. You got Mostert. You got Brady. You got a lot of guys there. So I like Deebo Samuel, but be careful. He's not your end-all. Your end-all is DeMarcus Robinson and Mecole Hardman. If either of these guys are available, get them right now. Without question, without fail, stop listening to this podcast, run to your league, and make sure you own them. That's how good they are with Tyreek Hill out. Let's not play around. Get the guys you need. I kind of like Chris Conley a little bit. I think Conley has worked himself into a good situation in Jacksonville. Gardner Minshew worries me a little bit because he's not a great quarterback, but I do like Conley when Nick Foles returns. I know that's a long way away, but I do like Conley. If you were to own a Miami Dolphin, if you were, and you're like, Dr. Roto, why would I do that? Well, maybe you like to live life dangerously. Preston Williams is the guy. Most of these guys want out, but Preston Williams wants in the league. So he hasn't given up yet, which I'm all about. I like Deontay Johnson. I picked him up in a lot of leagues last week. Dante Moncrief is garbage. If you own him, he's garbage. Now, let me tell you why he's garbage. I want you to think about this with me. He's failed everywhere he's been. When a guy has been on so many teams like that, it tells you he's not very good. Deontay Johnson is going to be very important for Rudolph. Juju needs to get his. James Washington has the rapport with Rudolph, and Deontay Johnson runs great routes. Those are the guys. That's what the Steelers need to do, ASAP. I'll give you one more player who's under the radar, a guy named Devin Smith. With Michael Gallup out, the Cowboys have said that Smith is going to get the opportunity. So if you need a wide receiver, take a look at Smith. He played at Ohio State. You know, Ohio State gets a lot of talented guys. McLaurin, Paris Campbell, Devin Smith, they're good. They're good. And you know what? Dak Prescott's good. So let me talk to you about tight end here. Will Dissly had a great game. Great game. Fantastic game. But don't pay for that game. Don't pay for that game. Because you're paying for the 2-touchdown game. So don't go and fab and pay $300 for Will Dissly. Because I will diss you on this podcast. He's worth $20, $30. Because he may not see that game again this year. Or maybe if he does see it, it's in like 4 weeks from now. So be careful. Gerald Everett's a very interesting pickup this week. Tyler Higbee has a lung issue. He was coughing up blood. If he can't play, Everett will. Tyler Eifert saw the end zone. So look, Eifert is a risk because literally the guy gets injured getting up to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That's fact. But he's still a good player. All right, so I want to talk about last night's game. I'm a little worried about Baker Mayfield. I am. I'm a little worried about Baker Mayfield. I'm just throwing that out there for you. I didn't think he played exceptionally well last night. I know the numbers are there, 325 yards, but the Jets were pretty stingy. I know the offensive line is terrible. Where is Jarvis Landry? Please, somebody put an APB out for him. Beckham was great. I was happy for Beckham. I hate Greg Williams. I think that guy's a turd ball. I really do. I was happy for Beckham. But Baker Mayfield got lucky. He had one great play from Beckham. By the way, I feel very badly for Trevor Siemian's injury. But Luke Falk looked much better than Siemian. Much better. I love these Washington State guys because they've been trained by Mike Leach. And Le'Veon Bell was sensational last night. Sensational. That's how good he is. Robbie Anderson was decent. Crowder needed to see the ball more, but you can't really blame them. 4 for 40 with a third-string quarterback. You'll take those 8 points, right? Not a great 8 points, but you'll take those 8 points. All right, guys, right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Remember, it is waiver wire time. Don't go crazy. Now, you're allowed to go crazy if Marquise Brown is out there, if John Brown is out there, if Terry McLaurin is out there, you know, John Ross is out there. Those guys, you can go crazy. I don't play in leagues where those guys are available. If you do, get them. You can use your number one waiver wire pick on Marquise Brown. You have my full blessing. You can use it on Terry McLaurin. You have my full blessing. But I play in deeper leagues where I'm looking for Deebo Samuel. That's the difference. Okay? You know your league best, but you could always leave a question in the forums, and either myself, Ronis, or Sean Childs will be happy to get back to you and help you figure out what to do with your team. All right? But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Back tomorrow with some targets and snaps. You want to be listening to that one. This is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for listening to Full Time Fantasy. There's never been a better time to join and go full-time. Visit fulltimefantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time.